Fabulous people, welcome to the channel. Well, live for all the babes who create their own life trends. I did not realize my background is so dark because it's getting darker and darker in Rome, and we have quite a cloudy day. So I will talk for, as always, as long as you will not be able to see me. I mean, at some point, of course, I can turn the lights on, but welcome, guys. I'm so excited. So I know I'm a few minutes late. I was actually just filming another video for you guys, and it has to do with safety in Rome. Something recently happened to me, and I needed to make sure that I talk to you about this because safety is important. Hello. Hi, guys. Ciao, Lorenzo. Hi, RNR. How are you guys? Welcome. All right, so I will give a few moments for everyone who wants to join this live to join it. In the meantime, of course, really quick, I'm going to just kind of briefly tell you guys, as always, this live is recorded. So after that, if you missed this live, you can always go back, you can watch it, you can ask me questions in the comments, and I will answer. You guys know. So don't worry, if you're watching this and it's already recorded, you can still ask me questions in the comments afterwards. All right, Ricky is saying, ciao, can wait to be there next week. Oh, you're coming next week. Awesome, Ricky, have the best time. So today, guys, I am going to be talking about Rome, Italy. Should you visit Rome or Italy in the winter time? I will answer all of your questions. So if you are packing right now for Italy, for Rome, feel free to ask me any questions, guys. And of course, in the meantime, I will be sharing some extra information with you. So we have ciao, Tommaso. So we will be today discussing a lot of different things. Okay, so I hope this is, oh, Lindsay, you're on, perfect. I know you were concerned that live is not starting, so here I am. Hi, Anastasia. I'll be visiting Rome in late April, early May. So excited. I'm so excited for you because this is actually an amazing time to visit Italy. It is honestly one of my favorite times. And of course, for Rome, because, well, first of all, because it's my birthday time. I'm kidding. But also, of course, because everything is just so beautiful. Everything is blooming. The weather is a perfection. I love Rome during this time of the year. So you're in for a treat. I'm so excited. So guys, feel free to ask me any questions, and I think now we're going to begin. So, and again, the background is so dark. I didn't realize how dark it gotten. So as I mentioned to you guys previously, I did film right now a video on safety in Rome, and safety in Rome for 2023, because recently I had an episode in the metro. So I wanted to share my experience with you guys because it is something that I definitely want to make sure that every single one of you avoids when you are visiting Rome or Italy in general. So this video is going to come out next week, so you will be able to see and just to learn, I guess, from my experience of what happened. And in addition to that, I gave you a lot of safety travel tips for Rome. So I just want to make sure that you are well prepared because unfortunately, guys, things happen. So I almost became a victim to pickpocketing in Rome. So I just wanted to share in that video that I just got done filming my experience, and that is why I'm a little bit late, because it was very important for me to finish that video before I jump on the live with you guys. So yeah, I'm okay. Thank you, Lindsay. Everything is fine. But for me, the reason why I wanted to film that video is, like I said, it was very important for me to let you guys know so this does not happen to you. Okay. So, all right. So while I'm waiting for your questions, guys, let's begin. And I wanted to talk to you about specifically January, the months of January. I know we're kind of at the end of it, but let me tell you about January. So the first week of January is actually, believe it or not, is extremely busy for tourism. So there are a lot of people here. You wouldn't even believe how busy it gets. And then the rest of the months of January is quite more relaxed. You're not going to see a lot of people on the streets. It just becomes almost empty, which, you know, it depends if you prefer that. But yeah, January usually is not a high season in Rome and Italy in general. So locals get a chance to kind of breathe and have Rome or Italy in general to themselves. It's nice. But yeah, one thing about January, I'm looking at my notes that I wanted to tell you guys, is everything is way cheaper. The accommodations, the train tickets, the plane tickets. So if you're a budget traveler, January is a very good month, guys, for you to visit Italy in general. And another thing that I personally love about months of January and February, and I'm sure a lot of locals can say the same, is the fact that if you do travel to Italy during this time of the year, during winter, you don't have to book everything far in advance. So we are talking about, of course, restaurants and museums, etc. Because I know a lot of you always reach out and say, Anastasia, I tried to book that place or I tried to book this museum, and they're saying that they pretty much don't accept any reservations until like next month. Unfortunately, it does happen. And remember, guys, it happens usually during the peak seasons, and it's usually September and October. So those of you who do plan on traveling to Italy or to Rome in September and October, please, guys, I cannot stress this enough. I know I say this in all of my videos, but just please make reservations in advance, be it for museums, galleries, restaurants, cafes, anything that you want to do or see in Italy during peak seasons. Make sure that you book those things in advance. And Lindsay, by the way, it also has, it's not to the extent of September and October, but April and May, quite busy season. So make sure that you do reserve everything in advance as well. So make sure that your all the tickets, tours, everything that you want to do, see, and experience, everything is reserved far in advance. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware, because a lot of people come here and then they start making plans, and it's a lot of times it's a little bit too late. But in January and February, you do not have this issue. Pretty much Italy is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to make reservations far in advance. Yes, perfect. Okay, just wanted to make sure that you know that. Okay, so let's talk about weather. I'm actually looking at the skies right now. So January is not my favorite month for weather, guys. And the reason for it is because it does rain, it does get cloudy, it does, the sky the sky a lot of times is gray, which is, let's say for Rome, it's very rare, because usually, you guys know who traveled already to Rome, usually we have this gorgeous blue skies and sunshine. So when it's like that, I don't know, it even affects the mood of the locals. So just so you know, if you are coming in January, weather-wise, maybe not the best months. Now, it does not, well, I don't want to say that and then you come in January and then it's going to be completely different. But in Rome, it doesn't snow often. So most of the time, if you do come to Rome in January, you're not going to see snow. A lot of people ask me if it snows in Rome or not during the months of January, and it happens very rarely, very rarely. I don't even remember last time we had snow. I think maybe like 2018, maybe, but just long time ago. So one thing that is good is that you guys probably will not be dealing with snow. But yeah, January is just weather-wise, it's a lot of times we do have gray days, and I wouldn't say it's too cold. I wouldn't say that you would need a lot of layering, but you will need some layering for sure, especially if you do get cold like I do. So make sure that you do layer, guys. And another reason for you to layer everything is because you might be out and about all day, and the weather, if it changes, so sometimes it gets sunny, sometimes it gets chilly again. So if you're exploring sites like Colosseum, Vatican museums, or, well, maybe not Vatican museums because you will be inside, but let's say Colosseum or um, the Forum. So any outside places during the day, you might get a little bit hot, but then after that, you will get cold. So just layering is always the key. And you guys know I made a lot of videos on what to pack for Rome and Italy in general in the winter. So if you haven't watched those videos, make sure that you do, because those videos will tell you exactly what to pack for Italy during winter time. And so that is something for you guys to definitely just keep in mind. Hi, Kavian, how are you? I'm good. I'm very good. Just got back from New York. I was in New York, guys. I know this is a little bit off subject, but I was in New York with my family for 3 weeks. So I just got back to Roma, and during, yes, Kavian, of course. Of course, I remember you. Yes. It's so funny, guys. So, Kevin was actually traveling and in Rome, and hope to see you again. Absolutely. Yeah. So, what happened is Kevin was traveling with his family in Rome, and we happened to be on the same bus going to Montepulciano on a tour, and he recognized me from my channel, and we chatted away pretty much the entire trip. So that was so cool. So cool. All right, let's see. Thomas says we are heading to Rome in 2 weeks. Can't wait. Oh, sending you so much love back. Thomas, that is amazing. Actually, you guys know I am obsessed with Rome in February. I just think it's one of the best months to travel to Rome. I love Rome in February. We have just hoping what I'm saying is actually going to happen, because watch me say that and then the opposite is going to happen and you're going to call me out on this. But honestly, guys, in February, Rome is incredible. We have completely different weather than in January. In February, you have blue skies, sunshine, amazing temperatures. It just, and you can almost smell the spring in the air. It's so amazing. So I'm so happy you're going in February. I just cannot stress enough how much I enjoy Rome and Italy in the months of February. My mom, of course, is already also here. Hi, Mom. And yes, good to hear. Love your channel. Flight to Rome is tomorrow. Oh my God, John! So you are coming here soon. Have a safe flight. Have a safe flight, because yeah, reading all of your comments. Okay, I'll get back to them later. Have a safe flight, and I hope you will get adjusted to the jet lag quite fast. I don't know what happened with me this time. It took me almost a week to switch from the New York time to Rome time, but I'm finally back on track. And fingers crossed, you're going to have a beautiful weather. From what I saw, let me see. From what I saw, you should be good. Yeah, we're going to have sunshine in the next week or so, pretty good temperatures, so you should be good. You should be fine. I'm excited for you. Let's see. Catherine is saying, I'm going to come for the Jubilee year. My birthday is 8th December, and I'm thinking of coming for the opening of the doors. I don't know how crazy busy Jubilee year will be. Any news on that? Not yet, Catherine. I will let you know. I don't know yet, but I promise I will keep you posted. If I forget, please send me a comment, a reminder, and I will get back to you, okay? Thomas says, I liked your clip of all the gelaterias. Try them all out. Yes. I'm guilty of those gelaterias, guys. Honestly, amazing. All of them are incredible. I cannot even name my favorite. One gelateria I want to add to that list, guys. So those of you who are coming to Rome, write it down. Fata Morgana, guys. And they have a few locations, but my favorite one is in Campo de Fiori. So Fata Morgana, I can't say it's my recent discovery, but lately I've been more and more obsessed with it because the flavors that they invent is just something out of this world, honestly. And I always go for the just weirdest flavors. So if you are in Fata Morgana and you look at any kind of flavor, and usually they have seasonal flavors, and you're like, that sounds disgusting, I challenge you to really try that, because I promise you're going to be blown away by the taste. I mean, last time it was something like ginger with beetroot, something like that. So just, you would never even think of that possible combination, and they always just surprise you. The flavors are always out of this world. So Fata Morgana, guys. Sharing with my community all my favorite secrets of locals. So definitely make sure that you're trying Fata Morgana. It's amazing. And again, they do have a few locations, but my favorite one is the one on Campo de Fiori. And do you know how tempting it is, guys, to be at home and not want to order Fata Morgana every single night, pretty much, because they're also on a lot of delivery services. So I always end up just hoping and wishing that maybe today is the day I'm going to order Fata Morgana. It's kind of like my reward for myself. If I do something, like if I work out intensely, or if I do something that I'm like, okay, I think I need to be rewarded with Fata Morgana. So it really is my guilty pleasure. All right, enough about that, because I can really talk about Fata Morgana probably the entire life. Let's see, I was there for Holy Week and Easter 2022. The weekend before up to Thursday was amazing, but Rome got crowded Easter weekend. Yes, it does get crowded. Weather was so, let's see, weather was so, I guess, amazing. Yes, usually the weather during that time of the year, it is amazing, and it does get quite busy. Thomas says, that sounds awesome. Lindsay says, spring question. All right, spring question. I love spring questions. Let's do it. Roman Artichoke Festival. When, where, what to do? I'm just hoping our trip overlaps it at least partially. Yeah, artichokes are still in season, and I will do some research for you this year because it does change. So I will definitely, you know where I'll answer? I will answer in that comment in the community tab for you. So I will do some research for you because it does change. For example, when was it? 2 years ago, I went to Perugia for a chocolate festival, and I really wanted to film it for you guys. And that year, they just decided they're not going to do anything big. So before I give you the information, because this is Italy, things change sometimes unexpectedly. So let me do some research for you, and I will get back to you on that, okay? Thanks for the weather update. You're welcome, John. Let's see, any local restaurants you could recommend near Spanish Steps or anywhere in the city? All right, so let's see. In the Spanish Steps, local restaurants. So there are a couple, Thomas, but if you, in my opinion, if you want to try some true local Roman cuisine, I would say Trastevere is your area for it, because in Trastevere we do have truly a lot of options for those just amazing local restaurants. So if you want to try some Roman cuisine, because guys, you have to remember, and I know you know that, I know my community is so well educated on this, but you have to remember that every single area, region in Italy is going to have their own food. So if you're looking specifically for Roman food, and we, of course, we're talking about carbonara, matriciana, cacio e pepe, etc., then I would say Trastevere. If you're, again, if you're staying in the city center, because I know some locals are going to give me a hard time right now, that of course it's not only about Trastevere, but most of you guys who will be traveling from the States to Rome will be staying around those areas. So I would say Trastevere is your best bet for the biggest amount of options when it comes to the traditional Roman food. Hey, you look stunning. Thank you. Lindsay says, thank you. You're the best. Thank you, guys. You just, I really appreciate it. I love it. I'm basking in compliments today. Yes, Piccolo Buco. Yes, that one is, yeah, that place is amazing. It's one of my absolute favorite pizzerias in Rome, and I go there quite often. It's truly incredible. The only thing about Piccolo Buco is that they don't take reservations, so you will have to stand in line during the obviously off season, not for too long, but during busy season, please expect, if you do go to Piccolo Buco, which is considered one of the best pizza places in Rome, that you actually pretty much expect to stand for at least an hour in the line, because yes, they don't take reservations and the place is very small, but the pizza, guys, the pizza there is so worth it. It's incredible. So they have the special way to prepare that pizza, and the dough, I believe it takes 48 hours for it to rise, for them to actually make the pizza for you. And this is one of the places where I go a lot when my family is in town. And last time we went, it was my brother and I, and they actually allowed everyone to order just one pizza per person, because they were out. They make just a certain amount, and once they're out, they're out. That's it. So Piccolo Buco is just an incredible choice. Oh, and I believe they just opened another location in Chicago, believe it or not, guys. So if you're from Chicago, if you're from that area, they do now have, I believe it's Chicago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you are in Chicago, you guys can now experience Piccolo Buco in the US. All right. Are advance tickets available for the Capitolini Museum? I don't think, John, you would need them, to be honest, the advanced one. I think you can just go there. It won't be an issue. I'm pretty sure you will not need to purchase them in advance. Let's see, the metro subway system, easy to figure out, tickets as well. I have a video on it, Thomas. I have a video specifically on how to use metro subway in Rome. And yes, it is very easy, but if you want a detailed step by step how to do it, all the things that come with using metro system in general, just definitely watch that video. You will find it extremely useful for sure. And I was just saying, I don't know if you missed it or not at the beginning of the video, that I just had a kind of a little bit of an incident in a metro station, and I will be sharing that story with you guys next week in my video, just to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen to you guys. But just don't worry, you're fine, you're safe. Metro, I actually love metro in Rome. I think, I don't want to talk smack about metro in New York City, but you guys know you definitely have some work to do. But comparing to the metro in New York, metro in Rome, I find it much cleaner and just nicer, and obviously more easy to navigate, but only because, of course, we don't have that many branches as New York does. So let's see. Oh, and one more thing, Thomas, before I move on to the next question. And you will see that in the video I talk about it, but what I love about the metro station here in Rome is that you do not have to purchase a ticket. So you don't have to have physical ticket with you. I use my credit card for everything. So when I'm going somewhere, I just tap my credit card and that's it. So you don't have to purchase tickets, which I think it's one of my absolute favorite parts about Roman metro. It's just so easy, because I want to make sure that you guys know that, because I see a lot of people standing in front of those kiosks trying to figure out, putting the coins in, trying to figure out how the entire thing works. And at the same time, I see a lot of people just standing in line to purchase a ticket from, from a kiosk, from a physical person. And it just, to me, it's just such a time waster. And I love, things need to be efficient, fast. So just so you know, you don't have to purchase a ticket. You can literally just tap with your credit card and go. All right. Arlo was my favorite Roman traditional food near Vatican. We loved it. Owner was super nice. Awesome, Catherine. Thank you so much for sharing. So you guys, I love that. That is what the community is about, just sharing this kind of things, because I'm sure that some of you, or a lot of you, already been to Rome. So it's great that you have your favorite places in Rome as well, so you can share it with other people. Hi, can you please do a video for us ladies on your skincare that you use? We would love to know your tips. Thank you, guys. Actually, I received so many questions about my skin, and the reason why I haven't done a video on it is because I just, because the channel is not really is not really about beauty products and things like that. But since so many of you already asked me about it, I will be happy to share with you guys what I do, the products that I use. But I do take a lot of care when it comes to my skin. I'm not big on makeup, so I don't invest a lot into makeup, but I do invest a lot into skincare in general. And of course, I'm talking about facials and different products and things like that. So that is kind of where my investment goes. So of course, I will be happy to share with you guys things and products and everything else that I use. Very kind of you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Hello, love your channel. We're planning for a 5-day trip to Italy, Rome, Florence, and Pisa. Love it. March 1st. Is this a good time? And what tickets do we need to purchase in advance? Thank you. So for this time of the year, I wouldn't worry about purchasing tickets in advance. Again, it does depend where you're planning on going, but to be honest, as far as not the city, of course, you told me Rome, Florence, and Pisa, but I'm talking about more if you plan on seeing, let's say, Vatican museums in Rome. I would say, to be honest, not really necessary for this time of the year. But if you want to be 100% sure for the most popular sites like Vatican museums, Colosseum, I truly hope you will visit Borghese Gallery, because it's out of this world beautiful. So maybe just to be sure, I would. Also, if you want to see Colosseum at night, that's a very popular tour, so I would definitely book that in advance. Another thing, and I don't know, let me see what day of the week it is, because as I told you guys, I always recommend to visit March 1st. So you will be here for the weekend, I think, in Rome. So if you are here for the weekend, and you guys know I always advise to visit Rome during the weekend, because some of those sites that are closed during the week will be open during the weekend. So one of those, of course, is the Colonna Palace, which you guys know. Love that place so much. Of course, Domus Aurea is another one. So for those places, I would get tickets in advance, just in case. But you're coming during, not you're not coming during the peak season, so you will be fine. And as far as the weather, is it a good time? Yes, it's a good time because it's February, and you guys know how much I love February, so it is a good time. You're going to have so much fun. It's so exciting. Rome, Florence, incredible. It's magical. And Pisa is nice. I just hope you're not going to spend a lot of time there. I would say for Pisa, half a day. It's more of a, in my opinion, it's a day trip. It's not a place where you go for even a couple of days. In my opinion, it's a just kind of like a quick day trip. Let's see. What is a pretty walk in Rome? Could you mention maybe 3 or 4 sites along the way? Guys, Rome is an open museum. I'm going to be honest. There is not a bad, especially if you're staying in Centro Storico, the historic center, there is really not a bad street, but it's so difficult to choose because you can start from, let's say, how do I even choose? How do you even choose? You can start from, it depends which area you're staying in, but let's assume you're staying in Campo de Fiori. From Campo de Fiori area, you can walk to Piazza Navona. From Piazza Navona, you can walk up towards the Spanish Steps, enjoy the Spanish Steps area. Then from there, you can go to the Trevi Fountain. And then from Trevi Fountains, you can kind of go back. It's kind of hard to explain, but go back up towards the Barberini. And then from Barberini, you can go to Villa Borghese. That's an amazing walk. Another walk that you can do if you're staying, let's say, in Monte, you can start in Monte, you can see the Colosseum, then you can do the entire Forum, which is, of course, mind-blowing. Then you can see Piazza Venezia from there. From Piazza Venezia, you can go to Trevi Fountains. From Trevi Fountains, you can go to Spanish Steps. From Spanish Steps, you can go to Villa Borghese. Go down, well, 1 second, stay in Villa Borghese, enjoy Punto Pincio, which is one of the best, one of the best places to see the entire Rome. Then you can go down towards Piazza del Popolo, and then from Piazza del Popolo, you can go just straight without turning anywhere, and you will end up by St. Peter's Basilica pretty much. Then from there, you can go to Castel Sant'Angelo. So you guys, I mean, honestly, this is Rome. It doesn't matter where you go. It's going to be incredible. Let's see. Thank you so much for your advice. Any recommendations for restaurants near the Pantheon? We're staying at Hotel Albergo del Senato in Piazza Rotonda. By the Vatican. Oh, I'm sorry, by the Pantheon. I'm still at the Vatican, guys, mentally. By the Pantheon, I will have to think about it. I'm not, just being honest, I'm not a big fan of a lot of places by the Pantheon. It's a little bit touristy, a little bit. So you can definitely get a cocktail there, but as far as food, I would have to think about it. Yeah. Things changed a little bit or a lot after pandemic, so I'm not going to lie. So a couple of places that I actually liked, they're no longer in business. So I would have to think on this one. Ciao Bella, ciao. I like the walk Vatican to Castel Sant'Angelo and along the river. Yes, that one is fantastic. That is kind of part of that second walk that I was talking about, going from the St. Peter's to Castel Sant'Angelo, or the opposite, and then just walking along the river. It's beautiful. And then at some point you're going to end up, if you do that walk, you're going to end up in Trastevere, and then you can have yourself a traditional Roman meal. So it's all connected, guys. And honestly, One thing that you need to know about Rome, if you've never been here before, Rome is really walkable. There's honestly no need to even take public transportation or a taxi or an Uber unless you want to, unless you're tired. I get it. Sometimes people been exploring all day and they're like, just get me home. So, but other than that, in, let's say, comparing to London or Paris, Rome is really walkable. The Centro Storico is very compact. Everything from Piazza Navona to Campo de Fiori to Spanish Steps to Monte to Trastevere, all of this is just really walkable. So it's nice. All right, let's see what I haven't mentioned yet. Christmas decorations are gone, guys. I wanted to tell you. Someone asked me if we still have Christmas decorations. No, they're gone. They were just taken, the last ones on my street, I think this week. But they turned off the lights maybe like 2 weeks ago. So we still had the decorations, but no lights. Yeah, I was like, that's a little sad. I wish we still had lights, but yeah, they're gone until the next year. And that is what's so beautiful, guys, about Italy in general. And, you know, I always mention it. The fact that everything is very seasonal here. The decorations, the food, the festivals, the activities, everything is seasonal. So no matter what time of the year you will travel to Italy, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something to enjoy, to experience, to taste. It's always going to be different. And Italy is very diverse as well, from north to south, completely different. So it's one of those countries that you can travel to many times and still find something new every single time. So that is one of the most amazing parts about Italy. Traveling to Italy, living in Italy, definitely incredible place. All right, guys, now it's like my background just gets darker and darker. Any other questions for me, guys? Let me know. Last call. And I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to tell you guys. Yeah, pretty much. We talked about the weather, clothes, crowds. Hello. I'm so happy that you guys even just stopping by to say hello. I just, you know, like I always say, when you film videos, that's one thing. But then when you can go live and really talk directly, that just so much more special. What about Carnival in February? Which one? Because of course Venice is famous for them, but we actually have Carnival pretty much throughout all the cities in Italy, and it's a lot of fun. Maybe it's not as widely celebrated in Rome, but we still get special desserts for Carnival, and you will see a lot of celebration on the streets. So again, it's not as big in Rome, but yes, you will find carnivals pretty much throughout the entire Italy. Need phone service Wi-Fi on the go. Lori, I'm not sure you're asking me about the phone service. If you're asking me about the phone service, I told you guys before, I love Liad. It's my favorite one. I found it a few years ago and I've been using it, and I absolutely love Liad. It's really my favorite go-to service. It works everywhere. You have unlimited calls back to the States, to Canada, all over European Union. It also gives you, I believe, I still like, because my plan, I got it many years ago. It gives me 50 gigabytes of internet, but I believe now they have even newer plans where you can get even 70 gigabytes, 100 gigabytes. I mean, you get so much internet, you don't know what to do with it. So in my opinion, Iliad is one of the best services in Italy. Let's see. Thank you so much. Your channel has been so helpful in planning our trip. Oh, Ricky, you're very welcome. Thank you for saying this. John says, mille grazie, prego. How is north of Italy in autumn season? Oh, it's fantastic. Kevin, I think that should be the next trip for you. Since you already explored Rome and Montepulciano, it's beautiful. It's just all the colors and activities and food. Northern Italy is fantastic. I do want to explore northern Italy and share it with you guys on this channel more. So expect more videos of on northern Italy from me. Definitely one of those areas that I want to explore and share with you guys. So when you plan your trips to Italy, you can also consider that area of Italy, because I feel like it doesn't get as much attention, of course, as Rome, and then of course southern Italy. So I feel like north of Italy needs a little bit more promotion. Let's see. Love your channel. Thank you, Lori. My go-to channel for Italy. Thank you. Where, oh my God, guys, I'm trying to see, sorry, trying to see, because it gets darker and darker, so I'm trying to see all your comments. Where I am, it is 7:30. Okay, 7:30. Leaving now to check out a hotel at the beach. Thank you for a pleasant morning coffee session. Bye. Awesome, Jason. Enjoy. Have a good Sunday. Mine is coming to an end, and yours is just beginning. That's awesome. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Do any coffee shops have oat milk? Ricky, are you from California by any chance? No, I'm just teasing. I'm kidding. Oat milk. Not that I'm aware of. I'm going to be honest with you, but maybe because I never asked for oat milk, maybe. I wish I could give you more information on this, but I have no idea. Let me just say that I'm just impressed that we have almond milk in the stores, oat milk, and I'm not a big milk drinker, so I don't know. Let's see. We stayed in Bolzano in the summer. Beautiful. Oh, Bolzano, beautiful, Catherine. Yeah. Do you attend the May 1st concert in Piazza San Giovanni? I will be there at that time and don't know if it's something I should go to. I've never been to that concert. I know which one you're talking about. I've never been. So um, we have a lot of concerts throughout, obviously, Rome. And because I live in a city center, the concerts that I usually go to, if I go to a concert, it's usually in Piazza del Popolo. So those are usually the concerts. But again, I'm not saying Piazza di San Giovanni, if they have a nice concert, by no means go, of course. I've never been to that one. Bolzano is in Trentino. Rick is saying, no, we have a couple of people that can have dairy. Rick, I was teasing, of course, but I think I get it. I totally get it. If you cannot have dairy, actually, Italy is becoming more and more accommodating for people who have dietary restrictions. So I know, because you guys know, I have a few food tours here in Rome, and I do get requests from time to time for dietary restrictions. So that's how I know that Italy is becoming better and better when it comes to certain dietary restrictions, be it for someone who is gluten intolerant, or is a vegetarian or vegan, or who has lactose intolerance. So I promise to you, they will accommodate you. So it might not be oat milk, but they will have some kind of option for you when it comes to another type of milk. We're packing very light. Are there laundry places easy to find? Yes, there are a lot of, I assume you're asking about Rome, but let's say in all the big cities, yes, there are a lot of laundry places all over the city, and also dry cleaning. Now, one thing to keep in mind, guys, dry cleaning in Italy is more expensive than in the States. So if you do plan on using dry cleaning, go ahead. They do a very good job at it, of course, but it is more expensive, just so you are aware of. But yes, as far as if you're talking just about laundry rooms, there are tons of options in every single area. Every single area, be it Campo de Fiori, Piazza Navona. Not as many. I haven't seen that many in Spanish Steps, but there are some for sure. I'm sure. Just Google and you will find it. Let's see. John is saying, do you think the Appia Antica Regional Park worth a couple of hours to visit? Well, I have a question, John. Is it going to be your first time in Rome or maybe a second time? And how many days do you plan on spending here? Because to be honest, it depends on that. If this is your first time in Rome and let's say you have 2 days, I don't know if you will have time for it. I'm going to be honest, just because there's so many other things to see. But if this is going to be your second trip, yes, absolutely, it's worth it. Let's see. What are the 2 best neighborhoods to stay in for decent hotel prices? Okay, so for decent hotel prices, so I would say if you still want to be quite central, I would look into Prati. You can go further out. You can go to Garbatella, let's say, but just make sure that you're near the metro station so you can take metro to come back. Well, not come back, but to go to the city center. If you are on a budget, I definitely would avoid Spanish Steps, Piazza del Popolo, Piazza Navona. Those are quite expensive areas. Monti can offer pretty good option, and Trastevere. One thing with Trastevere, you have to be careful where you're staying because it's also party central of Rome pretty much, so it can get very loud during the night. And so I would just look into the hotel location and also maybe read the reviews just to see what other people are saying. But yes, so to sum it up, Prati, Trastevere, Monti, you can find some decent prices there. And if you want to go further out, I would say Garbatella is is pretty decent. I would avoid, and this is just me, guys, I would avoid Termini. I would avoid Termini area, but that's just me. All right, let's see. What is the weather in Positano Coast in March? We're going to Positano for one big birthday celebration with my girlfriends. Oh my God, that's going to be amazing. Well, so Positano is, guys, I mean, you can go to Positano even right now and have the best time. It's just so picturesque. It's so beautiful. It just looks like something out of the movie. So I love Positano. It's if I go to Amalfi Coast, usually that's where I stay. I love Positano. But now Positano in March, just so you know, it's still not the season for them. So it's going to be warmer, obviously, than Northern Italy, but I would still bring a lot of layering. And I have a video on what to pack for Italy in spring, and I go into details on those things. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure that you do because it will give you tons of useful information. But layering, definitely a lot of layering, and just expect that there are going to be a lot of places that are still going to be closed, unfortunately, again, just because it's not their season. But you will find a lot of nice places, and of course you will enjoy just the entire ambiance. And if you're staying in a hotel, of course you will get to enjoy all the amenities and stuff, so I'm sure you'll have a great time. But yes, if you haven't watched that video, watch it, because what it's called what to pack in spring for Italy, because they are going to great details of what to pack. Okay, all right guys, let's see. In supermarket you can find oat milk, and not only, yes, exactly, Dante. Now in the city center, every time I went, most of the time you can find almond milk, but maybe it's going to be I don't know, maybe you can just put it in your purse and carry it around, but honestly, there's no need for it. They will have another milk option, like I said, in the cafes for you, so no worries. I'm going to Naples, Amalfi, Rome, Florence, Tuscany, Milan, Como. What do you think? Oh my god. Any miss that I should visit? I have 3 weeks. Oh my god, Nicholas, what a trip. What a trip you're planning. That is amazing. Wow. Wow. I'm looking at all the locations. No, I think don't put more. Just enjoy. Spend, as I said, spend at least on big cities, spend at least 3 to 4 days. Places like Rome, you will definitely need it. Milan, Milan 2 days, I would say. Definitely relax in Amalfi, Como, take some time, spend 3 4 days there. And Tuscany is my love. Oh, I love Tuscany so much. So definitely enjoy the countryside. And I would say for Tuscany also about 3 days. No, this is perfect. One thing, maybe I would say Venice, another place that I would visit just because it is so unique and so different than anything else you would experience. So I would say Venice is another great place to add to that list. But don't overpack it. I always say, guys, you also need to explore, but you also need to enjoy Italy and take your time and slow down and just enjoy the ambience and atmosphere. So don't overpack it. This is a fantastic itinerary for 3 weeks. So the only maybe extra one that I would recommend is Venice. Let's say first time 3 days in Napoli, 6 days in Rome, 1 day in Florence. Have the time for sure. Yes, fantastic. Oh, the food in Naples, guys. You're making me so hungry right now. I cannot even tell you. It's incredible. Oh my God. And make sure in Naples you go to Spacca Napoli and you just enjoy that street, because the street food there is out of this world. And yes, there is a video, you guys, I'm sure you've seen it on my channel about the food in Naples. And most of that food was filmed in Spacca Napoli. Their mozzarella, their fried pizza. Guys, I will have to end this live soon because I'm starving. But it is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. I'm Airbnb in Trastevere. I heard it was the best spot for food. Thoughts? Yes, Nicholas, it is the best spot for food in Rome. It's true. All the food tours are there, all the authentic restaurants there. Trastevere is also the second largest area in Rome, so it is large. There's a lot of places for food, for drinks, pretty much to have a good time. Yes. Just, of course, two things to keep in mind about Trastevere. Make sure that you don't choose Airbnb that is right in the middle of the action, because Trastevere does get loud at night. That is where everyone comes, all the tourists, all the locals. It is the place to be at night, pretty much. So just, if I could give you one piece of advice, make sure that your Airbnb is in a quieter area. And the second is, yes, there are tons of food options, lots of food options, restaurants and street food and all of this. Just make sure you're choosing the authentic ones. So that is another thing that I would recommend. Let's see. Hola, greetings from California. All right, Alfredo. We're going first week of September. Is it too cold for beach and water activities in Amalfi Coast at that time of the year? No, it's a perfect time to go. Absolutely. Amalfi is in, sorry, I was making sure I didn't miss anything. Amalfi Coast is incredible during September, because just think about it, the water has been heating in the summertime and now you get to experience it in September. The water is warm, the weather is still incredible, the crowds of August are already gone, you get the most amazing weather still, and the water is fantastic and everything is still open. So no, Amalfi is incredible in September months. You're going to have a blast. It's, oh, I'm so excited for you. You're going to have the time of your life. Enjoy. All right, let's see. Unfortunately, I only have 1 or 2 max days in Tuscany. I want to see the countryside and the food. Where do I go? There are so many options. I don't know where to go specifically. I got you, Nicholas. Montepulciano. I have a video on it on my channel. I recently filmed it. It's my new Tuscany obsession. Check it out if you haven't yet. Montepulciano. Recommend 100%. It is out of this world gorgeous. The food in Montepulciano is amazing. Wine, should I even mention the wine? It is out of this world. There's so many things to do, activities, the nature. Oh, Montepulciano, 100%. Let's see. Q&A from you is so handy. Thanks. You're very welcome. What city to stay in? Okay, 1 second. What city to stay in? To visit a few places during the day. Day trips to Venice, Florence, Rome, guys. It's so central. From Rome, it's easy to do day trips because Rome is so central. So you can easily do day trips to Venice, and Venice is a bit further down, but Florence, if you do decide to go to Florence, I mean, it's so easy. You hop on a train at the Termini station, and in an hour and 7 or 10 minutes, something like that, you are in Florence already. So if you want to do day trips, I would say the most central place is Rome, because this way you can go to Naples if you wanted to, you can go to Florence, you can go to Venice, you can do small day trips from Rome. So yes, absolutely. I would say Rome. Let's see. Thoughts on Ravello in Amalfi. Learned about it in TikTok. Thoughts on Cinque Terre. Yes, if you have time, absolutely. Every place, guys, is worth it. Absolutely, of course. How can I say no? I love those places, and if you have time, yeah, explore them. Of course. It's hard to find a bad place in Italy to visit, and you guys know I have a couple that I'm not too fond about. I talked in other lives about it, and some of you gave me a hard time. And as I always say, it's a personal preference. It also depends what you like to do on your activities, your priorities, things you want to experience. So definitely, if a place is calling you and you see that, oh my God, this is the place that I definitely want to enjoy and experience, then go. Absolutely, 100%. So where what do you mean where? If you're going to Cinque Terre or if you're going to Ravello? All right, guys. Milano. So okay, you guys know I'm always honest with you. Milano is not my favorite. I'm going to be honest. I think Milano is good to visit for a day at most 2, but I wouldn't take a lot of time for Milano for sure. Milano for me, again, I do want to do a video for you guys on Milan because I haven't done one yet, and I will go and I will film. It's not my favorite place in Italy to visit. It's not. I'm very open about it. There are some things, of course, that are very unique to Milano, and some sites and food, of course, etc., experiences, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time in Milano. Maybe 2 days at most. Again, it's a personal preference, but that's how I feel about Milano. Of course, yes, also if you want to do some things that are only in Milano, of course, you have to go. But would I spend a lot of time in Milano? No. You said you have places you don't like as much. Oh, places. Guys, I said it already in one live. And I don't know if I want to go there right now with all this, because I feel like I'm going to get a hard time again about it. So watch my previous lives and then maybe you can give me a hard time in comments. If I had to choose between Venice and Milan, there is no question. It's Venice, 100%. Yes, Catherine, it's Venice. Absolutely. No questions about it. Venice, exactly. How do you eat an artichoke? Where are Jewish artichokes? Lori, so in Rome, I assume you're talking about Rome, right? So we have Roman artichoke and we have Jewish artichoke. And you will, most places in Rome, if they have artichokes, usually they will have both on the menu, fried artichoke and Roman artichoke. So it's really up to you which one to order. I personally love Jewish artichokes. I'm obsessed with them. And the best Jewish artichokes, I mean, to be honest, it used to be that Jewish ghetto was very popular for, of course, any that type of food, and Jewish artichoke is famous to that area. But I've had amazing Jewish artichokes all over Rome. So if you want to go for something super authentic and be like, I had Jewish artichoke in Jewish ghetto, yes, you can do it. And Jewish ghetto is extremely central. It's very close to Trastevere. It's very close to Campo de Fiori. It's in that area, so you can go there. And they all pretty much make, I wouldn't say that one place is better than the other when it comes to artichokes, but just so you know, you can have them right now in pretty much any restaurant in Rome because they are in season. So because they're so seasonal, most restaurants right now will serve you a Jewish artichoke. Guys, I'm getting so hungry. I have to go soon. I swear, I'm starving. Let's see. Is it hard to rent a car in Rome to get to? No, it's not hard to rent a car. There are tons of car rental places, and a lot of times they even have specials. So make sure that you're asking them for specials or checking out their specials, especially during off season. They will, a lot of times they will have amazing deals for you. So it's really not that hard. Just please, if you can, do not drive a car in Rome, please. I always talk about it, guys. Unless you're professional car drivers or you were born and raised in Rome, it's not for everyone, guys. It's not for everyone. Is renting a moped worth it? Nicholas, honestly, I really want to rent a moped. If you're good, then rent it just to have that kind of experience, the La Dolce Vita experience. But honestly, I've seen so many people falling off of them, especially on cobblestones, especially if it rains. So if you really want to have that experience, do it, but just stay on good roads and make sure it's not raining and put a helmet on, of course. But it's a cool experience. One thing that comes to my mind, maybe get an experience on Airbnb if you want to do that, because they do offer this kind of experience. So maybe at least someone will be with you or supervising you or maybe driving even you. But if you just want to rent it by yourself and going through the streets of Rome, I totally get it. Just be careful. That's all. Because I've just seen so many accidents happen. It's true. It's every day new accident. Yeah, that's a good one, Luca. Thank you for recommendation. Yeah, that's a very good one. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm so hungry. All this talk about Italian food, and we've been doing this live for over an hour. Agreed, don't do it. See, there. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys, any final questions? And I'm gonna go have some food and yeah, work on that video for you guys. I really want to get that video out for you as soon as possible on safety in Rome, because a lot of you will be traveling, and I think it's just such an important video to share. Oh, my pleasure, guys. My pleasure, Lori, Nicholas. I'm so excited for everyone's upcoming trips to Rome and to Italy in general. I just know you guys are going to have the best time. You're welcome, Grace. My pleasure, John. Thank you so much, Anastasia. I hope you keep doing these lives. I also hope to do one of your food tours when we're there. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I will be doing more lives. Every time I think, well, I've done live this month, maybe next month I will not do one and just focus on creating videos for you. Every single time I think that, I get so many requests for lives. So I'm thinking that I definitely should do lives every single month, because I know everyone is always traveling, and Italy and Greece, of course, are such popular destinations. So I feel like I need to do those lives on a regular basis. So thank you for your feedback, guys. I genuinely appreciate the feedback so much that you're giving me, because that allows me to know what you want me to do videos on, what you want me to do lives on, what information you want me to share with you. So thank you for all the feedback and for all the love and all the support. I love you guys so much. I really have the best community in the world. I really do. You are amazing and fabulous, and I'm wishing you the most beautiful Sunday and the beginning of next week. And remember, those of you who are watching this after this live is done, please feel free to leave me any questions, okay, in the comments down below. All right, guys, I'm gonna go have myself some Italian dinner, and I will talk to you in the next live. Ciao, guys.